Yo, everyday superpower, where we get phone alerts, we learn about body language, relationships, game, everything in between, alright? Today, I want to talk about peeping game, yes? So, I want to talk about you being observational of the people, the world, the systems, and routes that exist there before you, okay? Look at how people communicate with each other and think to yourself, what is the ulterior motive of this communication, of this conversation? Who's trying to influence who? I mean, they're both trying to influence each other through one way or another, but through which means, okay? Who's saying what non-verbally? Who's saying what through their tone of voice, through their indirect mannerisms and requests? Are they being direct? And if they're being direct, how truthful is it? To which degree are they being truthful? Are they trying to pull the wool over the eyes of somebody? Are they trying to pull the wool over your eyes? Peep game. And when you question that, you will start to do the maths and you will start to recognize the patterns in human communication. You will start to understand. When a guy comes in and he starts flexing in front of the girl through whichever means, verbally, physically, through presence, through overt showing off and overcompensation, through subtle brags, through overt brags, through belittling the people around him, through this, that, and the third. Can you peep that and identify that and bounce back and forth through the communication and assess correctly as to whether that woman is or is not correlating with that message in a positive manner? You tell me. That's peeping game. Because what he's trying to do is he's trying to run game on her. Or maybe if we flip the script, she's running game on him by influencing him to act in such a manner as the woman enters the orbit and expects the man to be the aggressor. That's the natural way of things, and generally speaking, that's the way it tends to be. Use your eyes, peep game. Use your ears, peep game. Listen in, yes? And external to relationships, or at least external to sexual relationships. Peep game when somebody tries to mug you off. Peep game when you're reading a leaflet and you have to understand what the ulterior motive is and what they're trying to sell you. Someone's trying to sell you something. It's a pimp game. It's a pimp game. Are you tricking and giving your money? Yeah? Are you a worker hoeing for the tricks whereas the boss runs game on you? The ecosystem can't exist without the three tiers. We are all parallel, we are all equal, we are all levels, we are all human beings coexisting within the same space. You are not better than I, and I am not better than you, and the left to the right, to the up, to the down, to the vice versa. We all live, and then we end up in our final destination. It's a grand equalizer, so it does not matter who you are. Hoe is not a detriment. Hoeing is not detrimental. Tricking, being a John, being a consumer, being a follower is not a detriment to those who have that character trait. Why the hell not? It's easier to be than to be a top don, a pimp, a leader, which most people generally are not. They may showcase traits of it within a particular environment or structure, but in some cases they may not pertain to that position. And in that realm, wow, such a weight taken off of my shoulders. Heavy weighs the crown, that's what they say. So can you peep game? Yeah? When you look at the world around you, when you look at a construction across the skyline, can you not perceive what's going on and why are they trying to build a tower larger than the next tower, and what's going on here? Who's building that building for what purpose? What is going on? And what is the psychological projection that is being expressed through the construction of that building? It's phallic. It's an expression of the male genitalia. Who's going to be on that site building? Generally speaking, it's going to be men doing so. Who has orchestrated and directed the building of that building? Who's gone in to construct and architect and project manage and own the landers to which that building has been put on? Peep the game. And is that all rooted in impressing women? Peep game. Does it work when it comes to impressing the women? What sort of women is it going to impress? Who on that building site is going to be impressing women through whichever means, through their persona they have established by performing in that role? Oh, I want a rich man. I could never fall in love with a construction worker. You say that until you meet the masculine man who has rough and ready hands, who has absorbed the sun, who is healthy, human, has not been stuck inside all day, exists in a masculine space, a testosterone-fueled environment, understands the hierarchy of men, second nature, links with our biological evolutionary hardwiring through the creation of shelter and protection. That woman might say one thing, but her biological hardware might say another. Can you peep that game? You might be right, you might be wrong. Each to their own. There's innumerable factors and variables that equates from every single communication from the second to the next second. But when you start to figure it out and think about it and work it out and equate the geometrics and create this space in your mind where you are just perceiving human nature, you can maneuver yourself and understand and observe and absorb what people are really trying to say. That's a brief speaking. Of course you're going to subscribe. This is some deeper game right now. We're going to continue pushing the boundaries, yeah? I got a playlist down in the description, a catalogue of body language. You learn how to read people. Click that, learn the game. I'm signing out. Peace.